this video, I'm going to teach you my best Procreate tips and tricks that will make you guaranteed a better artist and enjoy Procreate so much more. Let's jump straight in. Drawing straight lines. You could use that quick shape tool, of course, by holding down your Apple Pencil until that line snaps into place. But this is quite tedious if you want to draw a lot of straight lines. How about doing this instead? Go to the Canvas tab in your Action menu and turn on the Drawing Guide. Edit the Drawing Guide, select 2D Grid, and then also turn on Assisted Drawing here. Tap Done, and now let's see how much easier it is to create these straight lines. You can use this technique with the grid lines or without them. If you don't like these grid lines, you can turn that Drawing Guide off and you can still draw straight lines like this. If we open up that layers panel, you'll see here that it says assisted, and this means this is an assisted layer where you can draw that straight lines. If you don't want to draw the straight lines anymore, tap on the layer thumbnail and then turn Drawing Assist off. And now we can draw anything we like on this layer. And of course, if you wanted to draw straight lines again, you can turn Drawing Assist back on. And now we can draw the straight lines again. If you wanted to be able to quickly select a new color from your color palette and don't want to open the color palette every time, you can actually pull this off. So you just drag this little handle here and then it comes off, and then you can place it anywhere you like on the screen. This is super handy and I actually use this a lot. You can also use these to fill shapes directly from here, so you can grab a swatch and then drag it onto your shape to fill it. And now while we're here, I want to show you another cool trick. Let's create a new layer and let's turn the Drawing Assist on this layer too. And then let's change the blend mode to multiply. This is a really cool way of creating different colors without having to change your color palette. So now let's draw some more lines on this layer, and this time I'm going to draw it horizontally like this. And you can see now the overlap of the two different layers create this slightly darker color. So this is now super cool because you can create this little tartan pattern really quickly, and it's a lot of fun to do this. An easy way to get back to that previous color is to long press on the color swatch, and then it'll go back to that previous color. Now that we're talking about color palettes, I want to show you a quick way of creating a new color palette. You'll see that there's a few different options here, and by far my favorite is actually dragging in a photo. So you want to bring up the Photos app next to Procreate and then drag one of your photos in here, and this will create the color palette. Another thing I really like to do is reuse shapes that I've already created. If you have an existing artwork and you have a shape that you really like this flower here, you can grab this, pull the layer off, tap on Gallery, and then select the artwork where you want to drop it in, and then you can let it go. And here is your copied shape. This really saves a lot of time. And now that I have this shape here, instead of having it black, I would rather have it white. And of course, I could now fill this layer with white, but an easy way to change this from black to white is to tap on the layer thumbnail and then tap on Invert. And now this is going to make it white. And so maybe now you wanted to create a little shadow for this flower. So what you can do now is duplicate the layer and then on the bottom layer, invert it back to black. And then we can use a little bit of Gaussian blur here, just a tiny little amount like this. And then we can move that shadow to the bottom right, depending where your light source is coming from. And then we can turn down the opacity a little bit. And so now we have this subtle little shadow on our flower. And then the next trick I want to show you is how to create a rectangle or a square really fast. And again, of course, you could use the quick shape tool like this and create your rectangle like this, edit shape, and then you have different options here. But what I like to do instead is fill the whole layer with the color that you want and then use the arrow tool, select Freeform, and now you can create your shape any way you want. You can use that snapping tool here to place your shape exactly in the center. And if you want to make sure that this is a perfect square, double tap on one of the edges and you can see now that the dimensions are going to come up. And so now we want to make this 1500 pixels by 1500 pixels. And now we have a perfectly square shape, and this is so much easier to do. And an easy way to create a half circle is is by creating a circle first and then use the edges of the canvas to cut this shape into half. If you've got your snapping tool turned on, it'll snap into place directly here at the side of the canvas. And now we have a perfect half circle. And then another little trick I use to improve my workflow is I save my favorite brush sizes. So in order to switch between the thicker and the thinner lines, I have all my favorite sizes saved right here. This is really easy to do. You select your brush size and then tap on the plus, and now this locks in your favorite brush size. And then another handy trick I want to show that not many people know is you can actually change the double tap action of your Apple Pencil. You can see now when I'm double tapping, it switches between the eraser tool and the brush tool. And I know a lot of you might not like this because you accidentally start erasing your brush stroke if you are painting. So an easy way to fix this is go to your Actions menu, select Preferences, and then go to Gesture Controls. And what I like to do instead, set my Apple Pencil double tap to copy and paste. So now I'm turning this on, tap done, and so now when I go double tap, the copy and paste menu comes up. And if you really don't like the double tap function of your Apple Pencil, you can also turn it off. Go to your iPad settings and then select Apple Pencil, and then you can turn this feature off. So now when you double tap on the Apple Pencil, it doesn't do anything. But I actually like this functionality, so I'm going to leave it on. And then I also wanted to show you how to quickly recolor your artwork. And we're going to use the gradient tool for this. You can find this in the adjustments menu. Tap on gradient map, and this now allows you to quickly recolor the whole of your artwork. There's a number of presets in the gradient library, so you can try out different color schemes and see which ones you like the best. And then if you don't like any, you can create them yourself. You can tap here, select a color, and then select another color on the other side, and then you can select different colors in between as well. And this allows you to create the most wonderful color palettes really quickly and really easily. All right, I really hope you found this short tutorial helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And then I'm also going to put up another couple of Procreate tutorials so you can keep watching and you can keep learning. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.